So 2023 is shaping up to be a huge year for gamers. Now, the first part of the year saw some big titles drop like The Legend of Zelda and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and it looks like almost every major game studio out there is gearing up for a big release this fall. Take Ubisoft for instance. They've got everyone hyped for Assassin's Creed Mirage, their most anticipated game of 2023. This new addition to the iconic series is definitely feeling the heat from fans, as it's set to bring Assassin's Creed back to its original style after experimenting with the action RPG gameplay, which sort of worked. I mean, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the most profitable title forever, I believe, but you know, that's because it had like years and years of experience, but we did get a lot of DLC drops, which of course is always good, and they were free, so we kind of can't complain. Although Odyssey, I just don't like Odyssey, honestly. But for those who have been excited about Mirage's back to basics approach in Assassin's Creed, there is some good news that just dropped, and Ubisoft has surprised everyone by saying that the game will release a whole week earlier than what was originally planned. And that's not all, the game has also gone gold and is all set to roll out. Now, if some of you that do not know what going gold means in the gaming industry or gaming world, it basically means that the game is done, it's ready to be put on disc, it's ready to be released. So technically, they could release it within the next few weeks or within the next few days, but of course they have to go through the process of actually putting it on the discs, putting it on the Xbox, PlayStation and PC stores, getting it past all those sort of, you know, businessy type of things, and they also have to promote the game. You know, a whole big deal and thing about getting a game out there is promotion, and they'd of course want to run a promotional run up to the game's release, but with the game releasing a week early, it will definitely have a better shot at success considering the other games that are dropping around this same time. Now, from September 2023 to November 2023, it's basically a gamer's dreamland, and there's so many major releases lined up, but we're jumping from games such as Detective Pikachu over to Forza Motorsports, and of course we have the big one Starfield releasing in September. So it's safe to assume that with Assassin's Creed moving its release date, it definitely won't have to compete with the likes of, let's say, Spider-Man in October, which, I'm sorry to say this, Spider-Man's going to be a big one that many will be playing and choosing over different titles, not just Assassin's Creed. But of course, with this early release, many fans are starting to get curious but also slightly frustrated about the prospects of this being a bad thing. Now, if you cast your minds back to 2014, 2015, when Assassin's Creed Unity was released, that was a game that was hyped up by many of us, including myself. I was so excited to finally get my hands on this title because it had everything we wanted. It had amazing graphics, a great storyline, the parkour was immense, a new combat fighting system, and of course some good customization options. But when the game officially released around the end of that year, Christmas time holiday period, many fans had trouble even playing the game. It was played with glitches, problems, some players couldn't even start the game itself to even play it. So let's just say many fans are keeping their wits about themselves when it comes to this new title because they don't want it to be broken when they play it, and neither do I. Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to be the game that basically determines what happens with the future of Assassin's Creed. If Mirage does well with the back to basics signature, the stealth, the parkour, that story and those mechanics, then you can bet your bottom dollar that Assassin's Creed in the future will implement those features a lot more than they will the RPG ones. So to get the game up to standard, I think this time Ubisoft are going to use the time that they have left to develop what essentially is called a day one patch. Now, many newer games always have a day one patch when it releases because you never know. When a game does go gold, people and playtesters can continue playing through the game and they might find some things, but the devs can't go back and change it straight away. They've already sent it out to be put on discs and put on the store. So what they do, they give us this massive day one patch, and that's what I think Ubisoft will more or less likely do. They just need to make it perfect, because fans deserve it and fans have wanted it for years and years. But why does this whole launching a week earlier thing actually matter? Now, of course in October the game is going to be huge, but there are other huge releases as mentioned before. But by moving its release date a week ahead of everyone, Ubisoft is essentially giving Mirage its own little spotlight. It's like opening up a dessert restaurant right next to a busy restaurant. Suddenly you've got people not just passing by, but stopping to check what's on the menu. This extra space from the other high high-profile titles means that curious players might just give Mirage a whirl before diving into the other releases that October has in store. It's definitely a gamble, but in the unpredictable world of gaming, sometimes taking a bold step is what sets you apart from the rest of the pack, and hopefully it does us proud. But also announced yesterday, Jeff Keighley from the Summer Game Fest fame has come out and declared that we will be getting some brand new gameplay from Assassin's Creed Mirage this year at Gamescom, which I am excited to see. Now, no one's actually came out from Ubisoft or Jeff Keighley himself or even Gamescom talking about what the gameplay will actually be, but if we look back at previous gameplay releases from it, it's pretty a safe bet to say that we'll be getting a look at a story mission from the game, hopefully with characters we've already met because we want to get to know them more, and also I don't want any spoilers for the rest of the story in Mirage. Now, in the comment section down below, I want you to let me know what you think about Mirage's new release date, and also if you're looking forward to seeing some brand new gameplay at Gamescom in the coming weeks. Also, make sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe for some more Assassin's Creed Mirage content. Now, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.